The eighth round was supposed to be a war. Instead, it became the most chilling psychological mystery in the history of sports. The man in the center of the ring was known as a monster, a street brawler from the crushing slums of Panama who actively enjoyed inflicting physical pain. He wasn't knocked down, he wasn't severely cut, he wasn't injured, but suddenly, the most violent man on earth turned his back, waved his glove in the air, and simply walked away. He quit on live television. Why? This wasn't a physical surrender. It was the climax of the most twisted, psychological revenge plot ever caught on camera. How did America's perfect champion break the mind of the most dangerous man alive? In the summer of 1980, Sugar Ray Leonard was a lethal fighter, perfectly packaged as America's golden boy. He carried the impossible weight of an entire nation on his shoulder. The public didn't just want a great boxer, they demanded the next Muhammad Ali. Leonard played the part flawlessly. He had the million-dollar commercial smile, the massive endorsement deals, the effortless cinematic footwork inside the ring. He didn't just defeat his opponents, he made them look helpless. At that point, it looked like nobody on earth could stop him. But perfection is a dangerous trap. When the whole world believes you are untouchable, a single mistake is catastrophic. Behind the flawless image, a fragile ego was quietly forming. He lived in constant fear of showing a single sign of weakness. And from the darkest corners of the boxing world, a predator was watching, waiting for the exact right moment to strike. Roberto Durán was the absolute opposite of Sugar Ray Leonard. Leonard represented elegance. Duran represented pure violence. Leonard treated the ring like a stage for a beautiful dance. Duran treated it like a dark alley where only one man survives. But the deepest hatred was born outside the ropes. For their upcoming championship fight, Leonard was guaranteed $9 million. Duran, a seasoned veteran of over 70 bloody wars, was handed just $1.5 million. The financial disrespect gnawed at the street fighter. He didn't just want to take Leonard's belt. He wanted to expose him as a pampered fraud. He wanted to drag the golden boy into a dark, suffocating, psychological space. June 1980, the location was Montreal. Leonard arrived expecting a traditional boxing match. He was met with a declaration of psychological war. At the official weigh-in, Duran stepped forward. He looked straight past Leonard, locked eyes with Leonard's wife, and viciously insulted her on camera. The footage captured the exact moment everything shifted. Leonard's famous smile vanished. His eyes went dead. His massive ego took the wheel. Leonard made a quiet, disastrous choice right there on the stage. He decided he wasn't going to use his speed. He wasn't going to move. He was going to stand flat-footed and beat a street fighter at his own violent game. He had no idea this decision would cost him almost everything. They call it the brawl in Montreal. But it wasn't just a fight, it was the systematic dismantling of an American hero. Leonard walked straight into a meat grinder for 15 agonizing rounds. He abandoned his genius. Every time he tried to breathe, Duran was pressing on his chest. Every time he tried to slip away, heavy leather crashed into his ribs. The champion, who always had answers, suddenly looked lost. When the final bell rang, the grand illusion was dead. The judges handed Duran the victory. Overnight, the untouchable golden boy became a desperate survivor. His body was bruised, but his pride was shattered. He had been dragged into the gutter and publicly beaten. Duran celebrated like a god. He paraded across Latin America, convinced he had ruined Leonard's spirit forever. He stopped training. He gorged on food and alcohol, quickly ballooning up with 40 pounds of pure excess weight. He assumed Leonard would simply cower in the shadows, but he drastically underestimated the poison of human obsession. Leonard took his family to a beach in Hawaii to escape. He tried to heal, but random strangers kept approaching him. They openly told him he fought the wrong fight. They questioned his toughness to his face. The criticism echoed in his head. until it drove him mad. Leonard didn't just want a victory anymore. He wanted control. He wanted to strip Roberto Durán of his dignity. He picked up the phone, called his attorney, and demanded the immediate rematch clause be activated. Duran was ripped away from his eternal party and forced into a panicked weight cut. But nobody realized what Leonard was actually planning behind closed doors. The worst night of Duran's life was rapidly approaching. November 1980, New Orleans. The bell rings for Super Fight 2. Duran charges forward, expecting another violent brawl, but Leonard is gone. He dances. He glides backward, floating just out of reach. Duran swings with lethal intentions and hits nothing but empty air. Then Leonard does something unthinkable. He drops his hands. He sticks out his chin. He openly mocks the most dangerous man alive. Every missed punch violently fuels Duran's mounting rage. But rage is useless against a ghost. Then comes round 7. The moment that froze. Time forever. Leonard steps into the center of the ring. He wildly winds up his right arm like a cartoon windmill, loading up a massive bolo punch. Duran stares at the spinning glove, hypnotized. And while he's carefully watching the right hand, Leonard snaps a blistering left jab directly into Duran's face. The entire arena erupts, but they aren't cheering. They are laughing. Millions of people are laughing at Roberto Durán. The fearsome stone-cold killer from the slums suddenly looks like a slow, confused, foolish amateur. Leonard is not just winning a physical boxing match, he is deliberately destroying a man's ego on live television. By the 8th round, the humiliation is suffocating. Duran isn't badly injured. His jaw isn't broken, but his mind is shattered. He turns his back on the Golden Boy. He waves a single glove in the air at the referee. He mutters the words that will haunt him for the next 4 decades. No mas, no more. Duran's camp later claimed he suffered from severe stomach cramps. But the world knew the truth. The ultimate street brawler surrendered not to physical pain, but to overwhelming public embarrassment. Leonard took his world title back without a single brutal knockout blow. He exacted the most elegant, humiliating psychological revenge in the history of sports. But decades later, the bitter hatred between them completely faded. The two men who tried to destroy each other in the ring actually became lifelong brothers outside of it. They realized that no one else on earth could truly understand the psychological hell they had survived together. Sugar Ray Leonard didn't just beat a bully, he broke his mind. But maybe true greatness isn't about being invincible. Maybe it's about learning how to rip out your enemy's soul and eventually learning how to shake his hand.